Today's scripture passage comes from Luke's Gospel, the 14th chapter, and it's an interesting story with a lot of consequences. Christ tells this parable of a great man, a king, who decides to have a great dinner and invites all those he knew, his friends, that they could come and dine with him and celebrate. And as he sent out the invitations one by one, they declined the invitation. And they had absolutely good excuses not to attend. They had things to do. They had their lives to live. They had important issues. And again, one by one, they declined the invitation. Well, the king was a bit upset and said, well, if they're not going to come, you just go get, to his servants, he said, you just go get some other folk. Just get some people. And so the servants went out and began inviting people from all over the place. And don't you know there was still room? And so the king says, all right, well, you just go find anybody. If they have a heartbeat, you just bring those folks up in here. And then, the moral of this is that, God invites all of us to this great dinner. All of us. We have many reasons not to come. Many reasons. It's too cold outside. It's to get to church, to be with my community, to celebrate. It's too nice outside to go to church. Let's go out and celebrate. It's raining, I can't go out to go to church. And we do. And it's not only just going to church. I have reasons not to love my neighbor. They're voting in a way that's different than mine, so I don't like them. There's reasons that we choose not to adhere to the invitations that we have for one another, like the king and the people, the invitation to dine, not only with the king, but with one another. How many times have you been invited to be with those in your community, to love one another? How often have you decided that, well, there was something more important to do? I'm not saying that the king or God will close that invitation. What I am saying is this: you are invited. It's up to you to say yes or no. And it's not that others will take your place, because you see, there's plenty of room. There's enough room for everyone. And if there's enough room for everyone in the king's home, in the place, in the palace, in the sky on high, then there needs to be enough room in your heart to invite others to the great feast of your peace. I am not unaware of what today is here in America. I am not without knowledge of the importance of today. I wore this hat today because I love this nation. I was willing to die for this nation. I'm willing to pay my taxes to this nation. I'm willing to do all the things that I believe makes us good citizens to a nation such as this. So all that I ask of you is to vote. Because a lot of people died for your right to vote, went to jail for your right to vote, paid taxes for your right to vote, went to war for your right to vote. Our Catholic responsibility is to vote. It's also our Catholic responsibility to join together as one, looking at what that great thing that joins us together in that feast. That's the love of God. With the love of God, all things are possible. That's why we can get up every single morning and ask God, Lord, what are we going to do today?